I used to juggle 6 different tools just to make one YouTube video. That meant half-written scripts scattered everywhere, missed uploads piling up, and of course procrastination, because after posting one video, I look at this mess and think, damn, do I really have to do this again? But now I do it all in Obsidian, so no more app switching. And in this video, I share the behind the scenes of how Obsidian replaced everything and finally made my workflow manageable. My whole goal these past few weeks was to simplify everything so I can post more videos without burning out. I cut out the clutter and now I'm down to 3 tools. So I record in OBS and I shared that in the last video. I edit in DaVinci Resolve. And in the next video, I'll show you how I edited this video. And then for everything else, planning, scripting, organizing, Obsidian became my YouTube hub. I use Canva and Milanote for my video intros, slides, and Kanban boards, but that meant bouncing between apps and wasting time. So DaVinci Resolve now handles the intros, preview, plus the chapters and sections. And in Obsidian, I can use the slides feature for quick outlines, and Canvas for mind mapping, and the Excalibur plugin for whiteboarding and layouts. Plus there's a Kanban plugin for project boards. Now everything lives in one place. And if I'm planning a tutorial, the script, mind map, and section breakdown all live in the same note. And with a couple of clicks, I can pull up the mind maps or whiteboard, so no juggling apps. So the only time I open up Canva is to design thumbnails and pins. For Google products, I used Google Keep for quick notes, but it cut off my scripts with character limits. So I had to copy that over to Google Docs, but that froze whenever I used tables. And even using the speech to text became a problem. And Sheets was clunky on mobile, so I can only use it on the desktop. Obsidian replaces all that with notes, tables, bases, and offline file management, so everything works smoothly, even without the internet. I keep one running list of ideas, have reusable script templates that I can open up with one click, use bases or databases, or Kanban boards for content planning. I still use Google Drive, but only for long-term storage once the project is finished. And in the future, I'll back it up to a SSD card. I used Notion for 6 years before I switched to those Google products, but the desktop app and sometimes mobile got buggy. And I made the mistake of dumping everything without organizing, so that turned into a hot mess. And trying to add the mind mapping from Milanote to Notion was also annoying. Now in Obsidian, it's the same setup, but streamlined. So simple notes for scripting, calendar plugins for scheduling, and the Kanban board for project management. So no bugs, no delays, and no AI. The only thing I miss from Notion is the drag and drop block, but Obsidian makes up for it. Right now, I'm still syncing the Notion calendar with Google Calendar, but once I figure that out in Obsidian, I can delete those 2 apps. So for notes, I wanted to go mostly digital, but my ideas were scattered across Keep, Docs, Post-its, and one-to-many notebooks. And I also needed something to document what I'm doing, lessons learned and wins, like a work diary. Obsidian handles all my notes, plus daily notes for tracking what I'm working on. I also created notes for week, month, quarter, and year planning with the Templater plugin. So all I have to do is create a new note, pick a template, and it automatically plugs in the info for me. For brainstorming, I use Rocketbook, but now I can scan my notes from Rocketbook and upload it to Obsidian so nothing gets lost. I also have the Rocketbook Panda Planner on my desk so I can see what to work on that day. So that's Obsidian for note-taking, organizing, Rocketbook for brainstorming, and no more chasing sticky notes or flipping through endless notebooks. So let me show you how it all works. Everything I need for YouTube or any projects, I can get started in a couple of clicks. For daily notes, just one click starts a new note using the template, and I can fill it in from here. There's the full calendar. There's audio recording, so I can capture ideas faster than I can type. There's Templater with all my templates, and I can quickly pull up templates to fill in. I can also insert a template. I can create new canvas, which is what you saw earlier. There's also bases. So for this example, I can see all my videos, and I can switch views. And these ideas are the same ones I have on the Kanban board, which is located here. The first thing I did was create folders to keep things organized. So I have quick notes, and whenever I add something to the calendar, it'll show up here. For clippings, I use the Obsidian Web Clipper. So that's a browser extension you can download, and you can save articles. And this Web Clipper also may replace Pocket since it's shut down. For the journals, this is where I save my notes for daily, monthly, and weekly to document what I'm working on. And then there's the Rocketbook folder where anything I scan is moved to here. Next one is assets. I use these folders to save all the databases into this folder. Canvas, any canvas I create, I save it here. Same thing with images, PDFs, any prompts, and all the templates I use are here. Plus the audio recordings are saved into the voice notes. Now for the rest of these folders, I'm using a mix of Tiago Forte's PARLA method, which is projects, areas, resources, and archives. And I mix that with Zach Hiley's PARLA method, and his version is the projects, actions, learning, and archives. So I created my own and organized everything into projects, areas, resources, learning, and archives. So the projects are going to be active projects. So in project management terms, projects that have an end date. For areas, these are long-term or ongoing. So I have a creator folder for YouTube channels and Substack, and the top folder for all my ideas. And this is the freelancer tab. So I have the editor for editing service, tutoring, and anything that has to do with the website goes here. And for reader, this is where I'll have all the books I plan to read. So I'll add my notes here. For resources, this is for future learning and things I'm interested in, like French or photography. The curious and potential folders I got from this video. So the main projects are going to be under projects, and then the potential ones are going to be the next ones I work on. Curious folder for things I want to look into. So I added a learning for things I'm currently learning. So Spanish, editing, individual resolve, and coding. And then lastly is the archives folder, where you dump all the inactive projects or completed projects, and then I'll clear it out at the end of the month. So for my workflow, I have Obsidian up all day. And when I'm ready to work on a video, I'll have my prep checklist up so I don't miss a step. So when I have a new idea, I go through the steps, like adding it to the Kanban board, turning it into a note, or I can drag and drop a note from here and add it to a card. And in the outline, I can add any voice notes, highlight any B-roll sections, tag progress, like in progress. And during recording, I'll have the script up on the side next to OBS, so I can read through what to say. Then in editing, the script is still up, and I use that so I can see the highlights in the script and match the markers in Resolve. And then for publishing, I copy the title and description from the script and then upload the thumbnail from Canva. So once I'm done uploading the video, the next step is to promote the video. I make a community post and add it to the blog, Pinterest, and in the future, Substack. So that's the prep workflow: the plan, record, edit, publish, and promote. So that same note carries me from brainstorming to publishing and promoting. Plus some extras I can use in between, like the thumbnail plugin, where I grab a link from YouTube, paste it in, and the thumbnail and title will show up. And this is good for inspiration instead of me taking screenshots. There's also the script plugin, where I can use the same link and it populates the script for me. So if there's an intro or a hook I like, I could just highlight that section. And depending on the video, I can set up canvas, mind maps, or slides for the video. So for the past few weeks of using Obsidian, this is looking like my main platform to manage YouTube and other projects. It's offline, it's free of course, no lag. I was able to replace the 6 tools down to 1. I have my linked notes, so my content calendar, script, and editing checklists all talk to each other. It's customizable, so you can make it your own. So there's themes, fonts, colors, plus plugins to extend the app. You can also create a separate vault anytime. So for future Obsidian tutorials, I can easily start from scratch. And lastly, my favorite part is the dashboard. So no more wondering, what do I have to work on today? I see it laid out and visible all in one spot. So yes, I did jump on the personal curriculum trend. So these are the things I'm going to be learning for the next 3 months. And then those notes I tagged. So today will show up under here and also in progress. And then anything I need to work on for this week or next week, I'll just tag it and it'll show up here. I also have the recent files, things I tagged favorites, and any notes I tagged journal shows up here for easy access. Let me know in the comments if you want a video on how to set up your personal curriculum in Obsidian. So that's how I use Obsidian to plan, script, and organize all my YouTube videos and personal projects. So to all the creators out there who don't want to feel scattered across a dozen apps just to make one video, come over to Obsidian. I'll share some tutorials in the description so you can get started. I have 2 more videos in this workflow series, how to edit in DaVinci Resolve, then my simplified YouTube workflow. Now that everything is all set up, I can start creating more videos with this streamlined workflow. And then I could also share my updated script template and also talk about why I don't script word for word anymore. So stay tuned for that.